The Justice Department has moved to drop its lawsuit against the state of Idaho over its strict abortion ban. The case was brought by the Biden DOJ and sought to protect the right for abortions during emergency situations. This is, by the way, the first abortion-related case the new administration has taken on. Let's bring in CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson for more on this story. Jessica, just start off by explaining this case to us and where we're at with it in the legal process.
Yeah, so this is a case exactly where as you said, where there's a federal law that says essentially when you walk into an emergency room, you're entitled to emergency treatment, whether or not you can pay. And then there's a state law that says no abortions other than to save the life of the mother, not the health of the mother, but the life of the mother. And what the Biden Department of Justice argued is that the federal law would provide for emergency medical treatment for situations where women's not just lives, but health was at risk. And so the basic argument was you have a federal law that conflicts with a state law. The federal law would require or allow abortions in more situations than the state law. And this is a case that went up to the Supreme Court. And back in June, the Supreme Court essentially made a decision to throw it back to the lower courts. They said it looks like the federal government has kind of changed its view. The state has changed its view. So let's let this case go back. The case was sent back. There was another hearing before the lower courts back in December. But now this move would essentially dismiss the case. I mean, what the Trump Department of Justice is saying is we no longer want to argue that the federal law is in conflict with the state law, which means that the state law is what would stand.
And I wonder what this means in terms of setting precedents here. What could this have in terms of impact to other laws in other states?
Yeah, it's a really important question. So one, of course, the impact is the explicit change in tact from the Trump administration. And then two, the impact is for other states that have laws like Idaho's laws that are very restrictive when it comes to abortion rights. And so this case was, of course, about Idaho's law, but also about any other law that would look virtually identical, where there would arguably be some conflict between the federal law and the state law. With the Department of Justice seeking to dismiss this case, in my view, it would allow those more restrictive state laws to stand without the possibility that there was some supremacy clause issue, some tension with a federal law. All of which is to say, in the wake of the Dobbs decision that overturned Roe v. Wade, it would be one more step in allowing states to implement whatever type of abortion laws they want to implement.
Okay, Jessica Levinson, thank you.